You were at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Blue Star, who says rant about Ween, in particular the album Shinola. So Ween is a band that I've heard about a number of times, especially because I listen to Who Are These Podcasts, and Carl's a huge fan of the band. They're known for being like off kilter, making just weird, bizarre songs of all different types and styles. And this Shinola thing is particularly interesting because in a weird place to start, because it's a compilation album of I think just like B-sides and unreleased tracks or something. And yeah, it's totally all the fuck over the place. Some of the songs seem like just regular, real radio rock songs, essentially, that sound great, are well written, well produced, well performed. And then there's other songs that are just weird, goofy little things. My favorite, of course, is Big Fat Fuck, which just goes like, big fat fuck, feeling like a big fat fuck, big fat fuck. And I've been thinking about it ever since hearing it, like almost every day. Big fat fuck. So, yeah, I would say I'm a fan. I would say I'm already a fan. But I listened to this whole thing and I thought All Over the Place was just like surprising tracks that, even when you go into an album knowing it's supposed to be a bunch of different stuff and that it's supposed to be weird and unexpected, it's still like when you come across certain songs, it's just like, what the hell? Like, how did they come up with this? And it's just the sheer amount of variety, just the fact that each of these songs feels fully realized. None of it just feels like a random experiment. It feels like, a fully thought out song most of the time, at least. And they can be of different lengths. They can be different sound palettes entirely. Yeah, just a ridiculously creative band, and I'd love to listen to more of their stuff. I know they have a bunch of albums. They've been around forever. I was first exposed to them back when I was recording Gay and Dead, and somebody put it on just briefly, and I was like, oh, this sounds cool and interesting. But after listening to this album, I was like, I really got to look into this fucking Ween shit, Like, it's the kind of band where I wouldn't be surprised if there's no one album that I particularly fell in love with, but if I could just find, like, tons of songs and just create, like, a collection of all my favorite Ween songs and just have that as, like, my mega album, Getting into a band with as much output as this one has is always like daunting. It's not that they have like 100 albums or anything like that, but there's enough, and it's old enough that it's like there's no clear place to start, but it's obviously worth it, because if I can find another song that is as enjoyable as Big Fat Fuck, I know I will be in for a good time. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't have more deep things to say about this album. I actually listened to it like a week ago before I recorded this rant, and I don't have time to listen to it again. I'm sure there were a few more songs that I wanted to take note of, but I don't know, man. You might have just got me into Ween, so maybe you'll hear me talk about it in the future anyways. I'll definitely check out more.